forbidden raspberry turnover. You see like the lines, is there raspberry blueberry sauce in there? Reapers, what's his good? It's your boy Laser. He's always got another scary reaction video. He's on the scary content. So continue to laugh. He's in the top 5 scary horror movies you can't watch alone. Guys, get your popcorn. Well, we're not watching a horror movie. We're gonna watch some pornos. I'm just kidding. But if you enjoy scary content, use more scary videos like this feature, hit the like button. Please subscribe to the notification bell icon. I'll stream every day on Twitch. I'll check amazing several platforms. Let's dive straight in this video.
Coming in at 5, Audition. Audition is a 1999 Japanese horror film and based on the 1997 novel of the same name. The film centers on a widower, Shigaru, whose son suggests that he should find a new wife. He agrees and with a friend stages a phony audition to meet a potential new partner in life. After interviewing several women, he becomes interested in one, Asami, who responds well to him.
Why did that look like Elon Musk, bro? Elon Musk, can you interview me? Okay, if you interview me, this is all you're gonna see. You're gonna see a goofy goober like me. I'm a goofy goober, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Although as they begin to date, her dark past begins to affect their relationship. For much of the movie's running time, Audition doesn't feel quite like a horror movie, but instead more like a romantic comedy. However, as things develop, the tone shifts drastically and becomes incredibly violent and intense. Now the film marks a pivotal moment in international horror, leading to the creation of movies such as The Grudge, High Tension, and even Martyrs, a lot of which were dismissed as torture porn, which some deem lowbrow. These films are sophisticated works of art and instead are an attempt to bring horror in line with 21st century issues. Honestly, if you haven't watched Audition, please do it. It's definitely worth your attention. Coming in at 4, The Orphanage. The Orphanage is a 2007 Spanish supernatural horror movie directed by J.A. Bayona. The plot centers on Laura, who returns to her childhood.
Dude, there's just something scary about like little kids in like fucking masks, bro. There's just something like so fucking scary about that. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Look at his little cute legs. Look at your cutie pie. Look at this cutie pie. He's so cute.
Home, an orphanage. Laura plans to turn the house into a home for disabled children, but following an argument with Laura, her son Simon goes missing. The film is filled to the brim with unsettling scares, from lurking ghost children in the shadows to unrelenting noises stemming from inside the home. Now the film itself is set in a classic horror terrain, and to top it off, Guillermo del Toro is the executive producer, and the movie has his mark written all over.
It's just like a chubby, thick version of Seth Rogen.
Over it. However, the most terrifying scene of all takes place when Laura is forced to play the game that she and her friends played as children, but this time in the dark with some ghosts. 1, 2, 3, knock on the door. She stands facing a wall as numerous ghost children stand behind her, getting closer and closer. It is absolutely horrifying and is the best horror technique I've seen used in a very long time. She goes along with the game, eventually following clues and being led to the basement where she finds her missing child. However, I will leave it at that, but though I have spoiled some of this, I do not want to spoil the absolutely devastating twist that follows the discovery. What is so effective about this movie is simply its humanity. The humanity of what actually went bump in the night. Coming in at 3, Session 9. Session 9 is a 2001 psychological horror movie directed by Brad Anderson. The plot follows an asbestos abatement crew who begin to experience growing tensions while working in an abandoned mental asylum, which is paralleled by the gradual revelation of a former patient's disturbed past through recorded audio tapes of the patient's regression sessions. Now
Dude, there's just something so cool about those masks, man. There's something so cool about those masks. They're so fucking cool. I don't know. Those masks are so fucking cool. This motherfucker about to go in some radiation hole. I don't know what. Oh my god. I could smell this picture, bro. I could feel this picture. I just know it's so humid in there, bro. Got my testicles sweating. Y'all ever just take a straw, bro, and drink out of your testicles? You drink your testicles sweat? That's normal, right?
Sets Session 9 apart from many other independent horror movies is its capability to sustain a level of unbroken tension. The movie is eerie throughout, with our characters getting sent on many independent missions, leaving them completely vulnerable inside the abandoned hospital. Now, Session 9 takes major cues from The Shining, at times even shamelessly ripping off some of the more terrifying elements, including Danvers, the hospital, essentially turning into the Overlook Hotel, and our protagonist Gordon becoming a Jack Torrance of sorts. However, the more horrifying moments come when the character Mike takes some audio files from a former patient and listens to them in the basement of the hospital. There he learns of a patient named Mary Hobbs who has multiple personality disorder. Now, although the tapes don't have a direct correlation to the rest of the story, if you try hard enough, the connection is there. The tapes depict the maddening decline of a former patient, which parallels what is happening to the gang in the abandoned hospital. The film drives you stir crazy, but in all the best ways, and depending on when and where you watch it, it will definitely keep you up at night. Coming in at 2, Martyrs. Martyrs is a 2008 horror movie written and directed by Pascal Laugier. The plot centers on 2 young women who were both victims of abuse as children, who then embark on a bloody quest for revenge, only to find themselves plunged into a living hell of depravity. The film was controversial upon its release.
What in the jigsaw is this? This is like some jigsaw type shit. Oh my god, this is horrifying. Holy shit, look at all her cuts. Damn, what the fuck? Forbidden raspberry turnover. You see like the lines, is there raspberry blueberry sauce in there? Then we grab a fork. She's built like a fucking, well, she not built, she looks like a fucking raspberry turnover.
Receiving polarizing reviews from critics.
It's
categorized as a new example of new era French horror films akin to Inside with regard to the level of violence it depicts. The general consensus went as follows: a real polarizing movie. This Gaelic torture porn is graphic, brutal, nasty and gruesome and not to everyone's taste. With Todd Brown going on to state, I quote, "The most divisive film to screen in Cannes this year." Now, where the movie differs from other torture porn movies such as Saw and Hostel is the simple fact that the movie is utterly despairing and nihilistic, and unlike the movies I mentioned, Martyrs doesn't glamorize the brutality and never once encourages viewers to relish or enjoy the bloodthirsty moments. Instead, we are made to suffer along with our characters, and instead of physical torture, it's just torturous to watch. It's not a movie one can easily return to, and if you get around to watching, which I suggest you should at least once, please bring a friend and maybe some wine, because this movie is absolutely savage.
I know she didn't just say that. She said 2 things that just made me cringe so hard: savage and wine. Who the fuck drinks wine? That's disgusting. Savage mind.
Unrelenting. It's disgusting. And finally, in at number 1, A Tale of Two Sisters. A Tale of Two Sisters is a 2003 South Korean psychological horror film written and directed by Kim Ji-woon. It was inspired by a Joseon Dynasty era folktale which has been adapted to film several times. Plot centers on a recently released patient from a mental institution who returns home with her sister only to face disturbing events between her stepmother and the ghosts haunting their home, all of which are connected to a dark past in the family's history. South Korea has been extremely reliable when it comes to horror movies, with them producing some of the most terrifying horrors of all time, including The Wailing and Train to Busan. Now, the movie is from the perspective of Soo-mi, who looks after her timid younger sister Soo-yeon. The pair hate their stepmother, who was once the nurse for their late mother. Now, any longtime horror fan or hawk-eyed viewer might be able to spot the twist coming a mile off. However, the first twist is only one part and another twist is quickly incoming, which turns the movie completely on its head. The film is superb in the way it distracts viewers with one obvious twist, only to blindside us with yet another. A twist that is so shocking you'll wish you hadn't watched the movie alone. Now, I'm not going to spoil the movie for you because it is genuinely fantastic and deserves your attention. However, just remember to grab a friend
Tale
before
of Two Twins, Tale of How You Get Bitches.
you turn it on. Well, there we have it. You guys.
Well, guys, if this video, hope you enjoyed it. Which one of the scary horror movies was most interesting to you? Enjoy scary content. Use one more scary basic features to do. See you next one. Peace.
Extra large money.